Every summer, there's always a surfboard. A surfboard of different colors between green, yellow, blue, red, or black. The beach always gets full with people ready to spend their summer in a really good place with the sand and the ocean, having to deal with the salt water. And we also get relaxing video games and doing boogie boarding and all that other stuff. The last day of school is the best day of school, and very muchly so. When that bell rings, people just have fun. But for a wrestling fan, SummerSlam is easily one of the big four pay-per-views. And today, we're going to rebook a crappy SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, gentlemen and gentlewomen, people from the United States to Fiji. Today, we are going to talk about the worst SummerSlam of all time, SummerSlam 1995. Starters, there will be no Diesel versus King Mabel. Mabel's not going to be in this pay-per-view. So we're going to talk. So let's do this. Let's do this, everybody. And let's start this crappy pay-per-view rebooking off. We have match number 1, people. Savio Vega versus Hakushi in a singles match. The original match idea, the original opening match was Hakushi versus 1-2-3 Kid, which was a great match, but I'm going to put Sean Waltman, aka the 1-2-3 Kid, in another match. So let's do this. For this match, I wanted to be, let's say, entertaining, fun. It's a fun mid-carder versus mid-carder match. It gives Savio Vega an underdog feel, but it also gives Hakushi a winning phase, and the winner is Hakushi. Match number 2. Skip, aka Chris Candido, or Chris Candido, aka Skip, with Sonny during his Body Donna gimmick versus Bob Holly, or Hardcore Holly. This was during his NASCAR racer gimmick, spark plug gimmick. For this match, so the original match was Barry Horowitz versus Skip, and the original match was Bob Holly versus Hunter Hearns Helmsley, aka Triple H. Don't get me wrong, Skip and Barry Horowitz was a good but not great match, and it was just an okay match in my opinion. And Triple H and Bob Holly wasn't a good match, and the thing is that I felt like as Triple H's first SummerSlam match, it wasn't good, and I felt like there wasn't a story with Bob Holly and Triple H. For Skip and Barry Horowitz, even though there's a story, here's the thing. So in my rebooking of this match, Skip feels extremely mad and upset that he was beaten by Barry Horowitz. So he wants to redeem himself. He wants to feel confident again. So he makes a deal with Vince McMahon that if he can fight one of the mid-carders, he would. If he fights one of the mid-carders, he would be back on the top, for his confidence. So Vince McMahon decides to give Bob Holly a SummerSlam match with Skip. For this match, I wanted to be just a fun match, so who wins? Bob Holly quick pins Skip, and Skip goes nuts and is just upset and mad and stuff like that. So winner is Bob Holly. Match number 3. The Heavenly Bodies versus Techno Team 2000 for the WWF World Tag Team Championships. So, back in my King of the Ring rebook 1995 rebooking, that I booked a match between Yokozuna and Owen Hart versus Techno Team 2000. Well, Techno Team 2000 beats them, and they beats Owen and Yoko, and they become the tag team. They become the World Tag Team Champions. Now, what happens is that they are in a feud with the Heavenly Bodies. And guess what? The Heavenly Bodies decide that the Heavenly Bodies, like, the feud is more about the Heavenly Bodies wanting those titles really badly, and Techno Team 2000 being the new team on the block. Like, they're the champions while they're not the champions. So here's what happens. So for this match, I wanted to be two good teams, Chad and Eric, aka Troy, Chad and Eric versus of Techno Team 2000 versus Tom and Jimmy of the Heavenly Bodies. I wanted to be fun. I wanted to be entertaining. The match could be like, let's say 10 minutes, or could be like 10 minutes of fun, So the winner of this match is the Heavenly Bodies. They're your new World Tag Team They're your new World Tag Team Champions. Match number 4. Davey Boy Smith, aka the British Bulldog, versus Barry Horowitz. So for this one, I wanted to give Davey Boy Smith maybe a SummerSlam 1995 match, and to give Barry Horowitz a new opponent other than Skip. Yep. So in my story, after Bulldog turns heel, he starts getting booed by the fans. Meanwhile, Barry, who's been having some good wins on Skip and others, and he's not being a jobber anymore, is being loved by the fans. Bulldog is jealous of Barry because Barry is being loved, and he's been in the WWF for years. In return, is being hated for turning heel, while Barry is a jobber and he's still being liked. So Davey still thinks Barry is not a threat. He thinks he's still a jobber. So Davey, in my eyes, just thinks that this is pathetic. So Davey, after Barry wins another match, yells at Horowitz and tells him, "You don't deserve love. You don't deserve to be in the WWE. That you're just a waste of space." And Barry decides to challenge Davey Boy Smith in a SummerSlam match. Now, who would win? Well, here's the thing. Since Barry Horowitz was being pushed back then, I would have him win against Bulldog. But I think if Barry's going to win against Bulldog, they need to have a good match. So it's going to be 13 minutes long, and it needs to be entertaining. I want to show Bulldog at his best and show Barry at his best. So Barry wins by quick pinning Bulldog, and he gets his SummerSlam moment, and Davey Boy Smith is pissed off. That's what I would do. Match number 5, Alundra Blaze versus Bertha Faye, A for the women's title, which in my opinion is the better version. The original match sucked, and for this match I wanted to be like, let's say 10 minutes of just awesome women's action, and Bertha Faye beats Alundra Blitz, and that's about it. Just stuff like that, and like that. Match number 6, Undertaker versus Jeff Jarrett in a casket match. Now, Undertaker versus Karma was not a good SummerSlam match. It's not Undertaker's worst SummerSlam match, but it could have been much better. But for this match, I want it to be something good. So I replaced Kama with Jeff Jarrett. So for this feud, Jeff Jarrett is mad that Undertaker beat him in the King of the Ring qualification match, and is pissed off that, you know, that Taker ruined his chance to become King of the Ring, and so he attacks Taker and challenges him to a casket match. For it, I wanted to be 14 minutes, and I think both Jeff Jarrett and Undertaker can pull off a really good match with this casket match. For the winner, it's going to be Undertaker. Match number 7. Sid Vicious, aka Psycho Sid, versus Bret Hart. The original Bret Hart match was Bret Hart versus Isam Yakum. You know, this was Glenn Jacobs before he became Kane, and he was this evil dentist, and yeah, it wasn't a good match, and this is easily like Bret Hart's weakest match, one of his weakest matches, and so for this match, I replaced him with Psycho Sid because in my story, Bret Hart has a feud with the $1 Million Corporation, and Sid is the person that he's feuding against. So with Sid, so for this match, I wanted to be like a fun match, a good big man versus little man match, you know, a really fun, you know, match between these two, and just, you know, and the winner is, well, Bret Hart. Match number 8. Shawn Michaels, the Intercontinental Champion, versus the 1-2-3 Kid in a ladder match for the IC title. Now, don't get me wrong, Razor versus Shawn ladder match 2, the SummerSlam edition, was awesome, but I got another thing for Razor Ramon. And even though I didn't want to sacrifice this match, you know, I kind of had to. So for this story, Ori, for this story, 1-2-3 Kid wants the IC title. He wants that title badly, and he wants to earn that title. He's been an underdog ever since that. And Shawn decides to give him the match. And this is going to be a ladder match. So for this match, I want to be like so entertaining, like the show stealer of this match. And for who could win, I think 1-2-3 Kid beats Shawn Michaels for the IC title and becomes the new IC champion. And they both respect each other by giving them each other a handshake. I think these two can have a really good match together. Match number 9. Diesel versus Jean-Pierre Lafitte. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I did want to give Diesel a 1995 match, but not with Mabel, but with somebody else. Like, let's say Lafitte, who is Lafitte, or Lafitte. I'm not talking right. Lafitte had this is like Quebecer Jock when he had a pirate gimmick, and like for this match, I want it to be where like the story with this is that Lafont steals Diesel's clothes and, you know, stuff like that, like he stole with Bret Hart, and Diesel, and for this match, I wanted to be like a fun match, like, you know, like a fun, like 12-minute match. And even though Jock wins, Diesel does get his stuff back, and he does get his ultimate revenge on Pierre. So let's have that match. Finally, number 10, the main event. Match number 10, the main event, is Razor Ramon versus the WWF Champion Owen Hart in a singles match for the WWF Championship. Now, in my rebooking of Kevin Nash's WWF title run, I actually made I actually rebooked the match, the lumberjack match between Diesel and Psycho Sid, and I replaced Sid with Owen Hart, and Owen wins the match, becoming the new WWF champion. For this, Razor Ramon wants the WWF belt. He wants that title badly, and plus he has a lot of hatred towards Owen, which leads to the SummerSlam match. For who I would think, so for this match, it's going to be like, let's say 22 minutes, and I think it's going to be like I want this to be a cool main event. I want this to be some fun, spectacular main event. So Razor beats Owen, becomes the WWF champion, and has his SummerSlam moment. Thank you, everybody, for, well, that's it, people. That's my rebooking of SummerSlam 1995. And I hope you guys all have a good day, and I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Have a good day.